Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone.
Good afternoon, I'm Matt.
A snake handling mentee accidentally let a highly poisonous monocle cobra slither out of sight. The festival celebrates a medieval story where a miller's daughter rejected a tyrant's advances by cutting off his head. Bottled water consumption in the U.S. reached 39.3 gallons per capita last year. Yesterday, YouTube announced that it will be entering the cable service game. A man was arrested last week for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after he threw an alligator through a Wendy's drive-thru window. The force was clearly with famed composer John Williams as he won his 5th Grammy Award. The 2017 Oscars proved just how rough live TV can be when the wrong winner was announced. Team captain Philip Snyman said, "We always want to do things on the field right, but it also starts off the field. That's exactly what our team stands for. Our culture means touching people's lives." That's all we have for news. That's all we have for news today. Let's head outside and see what the Quad Squad's doing. 22-year-old writing candidate Jeffrey Mayfield is aiming to give a larger voice to the JMU student body if he is elected to city council. Mayfield, a Harrisonburg native since birth, is spending Election Day self-campaigning outside of the Convocation Center.
I'm 22 years old, and I'm sitting here running a writing campaign because I feel like the council does not represent young people like you guys and me. I feel like a lot of us are voiceless, especially the students here, because they're the largest group of young people in the city.
With the help of his girlfriend, he has been pulling students aside to talk to them about the new Harrisonburg noise ordinance. Mayfield believes the ordinance is unconstitutional and is hoping to sway student votes with his perspective.
The city council voted to enact an ordinance that basically infringes upon the rights of the students to assemble.
Mayfield will be competing for one of 3 spots on the city council. Incumbent Richard Bogg, who has been on the council for 8 years, has his sights on re-election. Bogg is a proud supporter of the new voting precinct at JMU's Convo Center.
The naysayers on this, one of their arguments was, students won't come over here to vote. Well, at least this one looks like they were wrong about that.
Although he is fighting an uphill battle, Mayfield hopes to gain the support of the JMU student body. Reporting for JMU Today, I'm MatthewRKim. Every year, 3,000 to 4,000 people die from fire-related injuries. The U.S. Fire Administration has reported that number dropping considerably in the past 10 years. The reduced number of deaths is due in part to communities across the country getting more serious about fire prevention. A Harrisonburg native and now JMU student, Aviana Terscherin is a strong advocate for fire prevention and safety around campus. In 2005, Terscherin lost her younger brother to a house fire due to smoke in his lungs.
The Harrisonburg Fire Department was actually there that night, so we've gotten really close with them. We've kind of been very involved in their fire prevention every year that they do. There's even a setup. We made a program, a fire safety for smoke alarms so people are more aware of it. It's like an education program, and it's in honor of my brother actually. His name was Noah, and it's called No Other Angel Harmed. So we kind of started that program after this to kind of make people more aware.
No Other Angel has been a part of the Harrisonburg Fire Department exhibit in the Valley Mall since 2006, along with many other interactive boards and educational equipment. Children and adolescents coming into the mall are drawn to the fire-torn displays and fun games, which makes it easier for people like Wanda Willis to teach them about fire safety.
You know, little kids, you got to get down on their level, so you actually have to almost get down on the floor and talk to them because they get scared if you're up here and they're way down low. We try to keep it simple, keep our message very straightforward and very clear, and we don't want to scare them.
Willis aims to tell the children what she knows they can do. Stop, drop, and roll is a basic concept that she teaches kids in 3rd grade and younger.
I would definitely say with little kids, just that their family should have a fire escape plan, and they should kind of know what to do in that situation.
Reporting for JMU Today in Harrisonburg, I'm MatthewRKim. All right, guys, well, I'm back here with Emily. I just want to say that was awesome watching you perform a monologue. I don't think I've ever seen one before.
Thanks.
Yeah, so could you just tell us a little bit about how you got started and why?
Sure. I did a lot of theater in high school, which was really fun for me. So I chose to come to JMU because of their excellent theater program. So since my freshman year, I've just spent a lot of time studying acting and being in plays, as well as working in other technical fields.
Okay. How did you get started acting before, in high school?
I just love how expressive you can be on stage. I really enjoyed getting to play different types of characters and like really crazy characters and really serious characters. It was definitely my preferred creative outlet.
Talking about all the different characters that you've played, what would you say is like the hardest role that you've ever played and the most fun?
The most fun role actually was a show I was just in the main stage at JMU, The Tempest. I got to play a character that was a spirit, so there was a lot of leeway for me to kind of create my own physicality and my own voice with that show. It also incorporated music, which was really fun. Hardest role, gosh, I was in a really difficult production of Other Desert Cities this one time. It was just a really demanding character in the show. There was a lot of pressure, but it was a very good learning experience for me as an actor.
Okay. What genre, do you have any genres that you prefer to act?
That's a great question. I'm actually really interested in getting into more Shakespeare. With my experience in The Tempest, I just really love examining the intricacy of his lines and the meter and the rhythm. I think there's a lot more to play with Shakespeare than some people may realize. So I really hope to study some more of that in the future.
Shakespeare sounds tough. Like, is there anything in particular that you do to like prepare yourself for a role for a Shakespeare play?
Yeah, I think really focusing on the text and understanding what you're saying and why and how you're saying it. That goes with every play that you ever work on, but Shakespeare in particular, because the language can throw people off a lot. If you're very clear in what you're trying to communicate, other people will pick up on it regardless of the syntax.
So how do you feel when you're on stage in front of all those people?
It's so exciting. It's less of like the star kind of quality you'd think and more like I'm excited to share my character and my experience with an audience and really get to connect with them. There's this very special moment of community when you're on stage.
Okay. So where do you see your acting taking you in the future?
That's a great question. Anywhere that they will pay me. Yeah.
Amen.
I'm open to persuasion, but I'm really looking at the Washington, D.C. market. That's somewhere I think I would really thrive and enjoy.
Okay. So do you have any upcoming shows that we can come see you at?
I do. Thank you so much for asking.
Of course.
I'm in a production of Picnic, which will be in the JMU Main Stage Theater, opening on April 25th. I'm very excited for this show. It's going to be visually stunning and very moving, emotional production with lots of humor peppered in. So I'm really excited to share that with the JMU community.
Awesome. I'll definitely have to come watch.
Thanks. I'll get you a comp ticket.
Thank you. That'd be great. So thank you for joining us on the show.
Of course.
We're going to have a quick commercial break, and then she'll be back to do a final monologue. School first is an idea many parents try to cement in the minds of young students, but it must be hard to believe in applying yourself for your future's sake when you already have a job. 17-year-old soccer star Kai Havertz has been forced to stay home from the trip with his team to Atletico Madrid for a Champions League soccer match today. His reason? Studying for school exams. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Committee reported that manatee populations have grown for the third straight year in a row. Tensions are high over an email controversy at Harrisonburg's City Council meeting Tuesday. A 99-year-old woman in the Netherlands recently got to experience one of the things on her bucket list, getting thrown in jail. The JMU volleyball team has been on a roll the last few weeks.